Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hello, good
Evening, teacher.
Good
evening.
evening,
Good
teacher.
evening,
Hello,
teacher.
Hey,
Teacher.
hey,
good
welcome,
evening.
welcome. Good evening. How are you doing today, people? How is
Fine.
everything? Fine?
I'm fine.
Hi.
Fine.
Perfect, perfect.
Fine, thank you.
Hey,
Happy.
amazing. Hey, amazing. Thank you so much. It's Friday. Yay.
Yes.
Let's celebrate. Thank you. Thank you so much. Tell, tell me, people, do you work on Saturdays?
Yes, I work.
You work.
Yes, I
Oh,
work
I know the
No,
word.
I work.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yes,
No,
I
I
work.
don't.
my goodness. All week. Wow. All right. Thank you so much. If you work, all right, let's do it. If you don't, well, I'm happy for you. If you don't work on Saturday and Sunday, that's amazing. Thank you so much. But I appreciate people your presence on today's class. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me go quickly over attendance and we begin on practice today. Let's see. Attendance, Cecilia Edith Caravantes.
Present teacher.
Thank you, Miss. Migdio Magaña. There, Migdio, probably not yet. Let's continue. Francisco Javier. Francisco Javier. Hello, hello. Let's continue. Gabriela Abigail.
Teacher,
Present.
se me trabó el teléfono.
All right, no problem, no problem. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Next person is Jennifer Jamilet.
Present teacher.
Thank you, thank you. Then Jocelyn Beatriz.
Present.
Thank you so much, Miss, and welcome to your class. Then I have Juan Manuel Salazar.
Present, teacher. Present.
Thank you, Mister, and welcome. Then Karen Aminta Figueroa.
Present.
All right, thank you, Miss, and welcome. Katy Elizabeth Azucena. Miss Katy Elizabeth, probably not yet. I continue. Lucia Elvira Maya. Miss Lucia Elvira, probably not yet. I move on. Luis Eduardo Bautista.
Here.
Thank you,
Present.
Mister. Thank you, thank you. Maria Inés Méndez.
Present, teacher.
Ah, perfect. Thank you so much. Maria Vilma Enriquez.
Present, teacher.
Thank you and welcome to your class. Merly Verónica.
Present.
Thank you so much. Miss Natividad Emelinda González.
Present teacher.
Thank you and welcome to the class. Oscar Edgardo Oliva.
Here, teacher.
Amazing, thank you so much. Then Roberto Ernesto Pascasio.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, welcome, welcome. Then Rolando Edwin Mendez.
Present, teacher.
Thank you so much, Mr. And welcome to the class. Cifredo Alberto Hernandez. Cifredo Alberto, probably not yet. Let's continue. Veronica Lisette.
Present teacher.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. And Vladimir Otoniel.
Present, teacher.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your confirmation on today's class. It's nice to have you here. Take a look at
Teacher,
this one, people. Tell me.
yo acabo de entrar, todavía
No,
está, no
no,
sé
no problem.
mi nombre, ajá.
Thank you, Mr. Media. Thank you so much and welcome to the class. Thank you.
Sí.
Muchas gracias por su confirmación. Yo sé que está listo para practicar, ¿ok? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Teacher.
Tell me.
También acabo de entrar.
Oh, no problem. That's okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your confirmation. Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. Take a look at this one. What class are we having today, people?
That's number 6.
Class number 6.
Class number 6.
Class number 6.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And tell me, what date is it today?
November 17th.
Ah, thank you so much, right? November 17th. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's work on today's practice. Take a look at this one. Let me show you some information. But before that, tell me, let me have some people participate. Let me ask on some of you. Let me see, Miss Jennifer, what do you remember about yesterday's class?
El día de ayer estuvimos viendo la forma de cómo utilizar
Mhm.
el does not y el do not.
All right, does not and do not. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Let me have more people participate on this one. What about you, Miss Merly Veronica? What do you remember about yesterday's class?
Pronunciation verbs.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's about pronunciation, all right? Let me see other person. What about you, Mr. Oscar Edgardo? What do you remember?
The simple present tense.
Mhm. Simple present tense,
Eso es
yes.
todo.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me have other person participate. What about you, Maria Ines? What do you remember about yesterday's class?
The yesterday, the simple present tense en la forma del verbo en su base,
All right.
cómo se cambia.
For third person singular and for questions. Ah,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much. Let me have a quick review with all of you people. Let's see how well you remember this information. For example, what is the negative auxiliary for if we say we, what is the negative auxiliary?
Do not.
No,
Don't.
Ah,
Do not.
do not exactly. Or the contraction, we say
Don't.
we
don't.
don't. All right. Imagine if I talk about my friend Guadalupe. Guadalupe, what is the negative sentence for Guadalupe? Guadalupe,
It
negative
doesn't.
auxiliary?
Doesn't.
Not.
Not.
Does not, exactly. That is the complete. And what is the contracted form?
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Good job. And for everybody in the negative sentences, what is the type of verb we need?
The base form.
Do not base
Uh-huh.
form.
Do not plus base form. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much. And for the third person, we say does not and
Base form.
base form. Exactly. Thank you so much. Remember, everything returns to base form in negative sentences. All right? Recuerde lo que practicábamos ayer. Todo va a volver a su forma base, pero solo en las negativas. ¿Ok? Recuérdese utilizar el auxiliar correcto. As you mentioned, don't and doesn't. And then the rest is okay. I shared with you some a link yesterday for practices, right? No sé si les quedó chance de revisar el enlace que les mandé ya después de la sesión de ayer. Hay
Sí.
ejercicios varios.
No,
Ahí
teacher.
usted puede ingresar, puede practicar. Entonces, recuérdese que eso es ya, es ya cosa voluntaria, ¿ok? Si usted quiere practicar, démosle, ¿ok? Por eso ahí le busqué unos enlaces para que usted se dé gusto practicando y todavía aprendiendo más, ¿ok? So, that's and that. If you can, do it. That is my suggestion, right? If you can work on that, that's amazing. All right. Thank you so much for the recap, people. Check on this one. We begin unit number
Two.
Two.
two. Okay. Check your books. What is the name of unit number two? What's the name of this unit? Check your books, please.
Sí,
Check
voy.
your books. Uh-huh.
Ah, ya le digo. Yo lo
Unit
tengo acá.
number two. What is it? Uh-huh. Tell me.
Ongoing activities at the work.
Ongoing
Uh-huh. Ongoing. Uh-huh.
Ongoing activities at the
activities at the
workplace.
workplace.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution to this one. Exactly. Listen and practice ongoing activities at the workplace. Everybody, Ongoing
activities at the
activities
at the
workplace.
workplace.
in the workplace.
Thank you. When you say ongoing, what is the meaning of ongoing? We say, what is the meaning of ongoing? Check on this one. We say in
Progress.
Progress.
in
And
progress.
improve.
In progress, right? Something happening at this moment. For example, if I tell you what is happening right now, you are listening to me. I am talking. Those are actions in this moment. That is ongoing, right? So today, and on this unit, we are going to check on these situations and on some structures that make reference for ongoing activities, right? That is the general idea for the unit number 2. Okay, thank you so much. Now, let me see. We, as always, have a class objective, and let me help you on something. So
Pet one.
this one as well. Just check on pronunciation. Everyone, repeat after me. Able.
Ego.
Able.
Able.
One more time.
Able.
Thank you. Able.
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 Listen to the next one and practice after me. Frequently. Everybody?
Frequently.
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 Thank you.
Frequently.
Thank you. One more time. Repeat after me. Frequently.
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 Okay. Now,
Frequently.
listen to the complete objective and we practice. All right. Listen first. I will be able to say how frequently I do an activity in the workplace. Okay. That's today's objective. Let's read it, everybody, in 3, 2, 1. I
I will be
I
will
able
will
to
be
say
able
be
how
able
to
frequently
say
I do an activity
Activity
in the
in the
In
workplace.
the
workplace.
the
Say
workplace.
workplace.
frequently I do an activity in the workplace.
in the workplace, all right? Talking about actions and repetition of actions, all right? So that is what we make emphasis on today's session, right? Thank you so much. To start on this one, let me have some information on this conversation. But first, oh no, let's go for this one. Let's go for the conversation. At this moment, I just need your collaboration to check on this one and try to look for new words on pronunciation, or new words in meaning, please, right? I will give you around 1 minute to check on this one, and we work on vocabulary, we work on individual pronunciation, and then practice as a class. Okay, that is what we work on today at this moment. What is the reference, people? If you have your books, where can you find the info? What is this conversation?
Page
Page
number 19.
number 19.
19, exactly, page 19. Just in case you want to see the conversation, go to page 19. But at this moment, I'll give you some time, all right? Check on the conversation, please, 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 all right? Vea usted la conversación, revísela, váyala leyendo y vaya identificando si hay palabras nuevas para usted, nuevas en significado o nuevas también en pronunciación, ¿ok? Y luego damos retroalimentación antes de la práctica general de la conversación. Check on this one, please. Thank you. All right. Check on this one. Tell me, is there any new expression for you? New word?
Any,
Not for you. All right.
you
Thank
know.
you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Let's see for the rest. What about for the rest of the class? Is there a new expression for you, pronunciation or meaning?
Teacher,
Tell me.
donde dice, well, I try to check it as often.
As often as I can.
Ujú. Más que todo el as,
Mhm.
no sé si es verbo, complemento o cómo
Ah,
sería en este caso.
all right. No problem. No problem. In that case, it is not a verb. It is not a complement. It is just different expressions we use in this one to make reference to a bigger idea, right? Este no entra en clasificación de verbo o de ese tipo, pero nos sirve ya en conjunto para expresar una idea, ¿ok? Tenemos as often as I can, right? Cada palabra que vemos, en este caso de as, aquí, as often as I can, cada una tiene ya una interpretación diferente. En español el equivalente sería tan pronto como puedo. Vea que las dos no se parecen, no es el mismo significado, pero ya en conjunto con en la frase as often as I can, ya nosotros ya lo interpretamos tan pronto o tan a menudo como me es posible o como pueda, ¿ok? Eso es lo que significa ya toda la frase en combinación, right? I check it cuando lo chequea, as often as I can, right? Tan seguido o tan pronto como pueda, me es posible. Ujú,
Ok,
ujú.
thank you, teacher.
Perfect. I'm happy to help. Any other question, expression for you people?
Them.
Mhm. Sorry. In what participation?
And
In the same one? ¿En la misma participation aquí?
next, I often call them.
All right, perfect. I get it. I often call them. All right, no problem. In this one, it makes reference to the people who receive the call in this moment or in the moment when they are speaking. Because we can say, I call, for example, uh, Felix and Jose, just to give you an idea, right? I call Felix and Jose because of the position of the information. In this case, I need to say, I call them. Who is them? Felix and Jose. Right? Estos ya son los pronombres objetos. Generalmente los encontramos después de una acción porque ellos reciben la acción. No son ellos quien la hacen. Si Félix y José llamaran, ahí sabemos que utilizamos they, ¿verdad? They call. Pero si ellos hicieran la acción, ellos llaman, pero les están llamando a ellos. Entonces ya no utilizamos el mismo pronombre, ya no sería they, sino que lo cambiamos. Call them. Yo los llamo a ellos, ¿ok? Haciendo referencia. Por eso es que usted ve de pronto este pronombre acá, pero hace referencia a dos o más personas, ¿ok? I often call them. Ujú. Clear?
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Any other question? Question.
All clear.
All clear. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Let me give you or let me practice some information individually, and then we go for class practice on this info. Let me see. Let's practice on this expression. Let's practice on this as well. This one is valid too. Mm, this one. Okay, perfect. There we are. Let's practice on the light blue information. Listen and repeat after me. Often. Everybody. Often.
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 Exactly. The letter T is mute, right? You don't say often. T is mute, right? You say often. Often. Like that one.
Often.
Mhm. The next one. Listen and practice. Usually.
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 Unusual.
Usually.
All right. One more
Usually.
time. Listen, listen, listen. Usually. Usually.
Usually.
Usually.
Usually.
Usually.
All right. Thank you.
Usually.
There we are, right? One more time. Listen. Usually.
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 Usually. Usually.
Usually.
Usually. Exactly. Good job, right? Good job. Remember, the letter U in English is different from Spanish. Recuérdense que la letra U es muy diferente a la pronunciación, ¿verdad? Y no nos vamos generalmente con la pronunciación que conocemos del español. Porque si no, muy probable nosotros digamos usually o usually. No U. You, como con vibración.
You.
Usually. Usually.
Usually.
That's amazing. Good job. The next one, everyone, repeat after me. Friday.
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 The next one, listen and practice. First.
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 It's a short, it's a combination, right? Because we don't say first. Not first. First. First.
First.
First.
No es
First.
una E tampoco, porque no decimos first, no decimos fe. Es una combinación, no es un sonido tan que se vaya tan a una E y no definitivamente no es una I, ¿ok? First. Es como
First.
una R, la R de inglés es
First.
como
First.
first. First.
First.
Excellent. Good job, people. And the next one, listen. Some people say important. Hay muchas personas que pronuncian bastante la T, important. O de pronto usted va a escuchar important. Important. Porque la letra T en muchos sonidos o cuando tiene vocales antes y después, generalmente suena como una R. Ese es como el acento americano. ¿Ok? For example, in British English, you say city,
City.
right?
Mhm.
City. But in,
City.
in American English we say
City.
City.
city. Vea que suena como una R. Por eso que en muchos casos usted puede escuchar que la gente diga important. That's very important. Right? Lo hacen más como una R, no tanto como una T,
Important.
pero no habría problema. Si usted important, that's okay. Si usted es important, that's valid as well. Right? Other example, para que vea lo que ocurre cuando tenemos vocales antes y después de la T. In England, you say water, right? Water. But in English, we say, in American English, we say
Water.
Water.
water. Exactly, right? So you see, that is why. Vea, para que usted sepa por qué es que de pronto hay ciertas variantes. Pero eso es ya cuestión de regiones y cuestión de acento, ¿ok? So, it is possible to say important on that one. Now, let's practice. I need your collaboration. I read this one time to you, and you listen to me, all right, at this moment. I will put everybody on mute. Me voy a poner en silencio sus micrófonos para que todos puedan escuchar de la mejor manera, ¿ok? Y escuchen la conversación. And then we practice. Listen to this one, please. How often do you check your email? Every 2 hours. And you? Well, I try to check it as often as I can. And how often do you call your clients? I often call them once a week on Monday, but I usually call them on Friday to check their order. Do you call clients? Yes, I always call them first thing in the morning. I believe it is important to have contact with them all the time. You are right. That's the conversation. Second time, listen to this one and remember the intonation models, all right? Remember that one. Recuerden los modelos de entonación que tenemos. Tenemos information questions con how often y tenemos una yes no question ahí. Do you call clients? Recuérdense que el énfasis va al final. Do you call clients? Second time, listen and then we practice. Check on this one. How often do you check your email? Every 2 hours. And you? Well, I try to check it as often as I can. And how often do you call your clients? I often call them once a week on Monday, but I usually call them on Friday to check their order. Do you call clients? Yes, I always call them first thing in the morning. I believe it is important to have contact with them all the time. You are right. Now, let's go for practice and let me give you some participation in this one as the previous time so I can listen to many people participate and give some feedback, all right? I give some participation in this one, that is number one. Let me see, number two on this one. In the meantime, you may raise your hand so I can assign numbers, all right? Mientras yo numero las participaciones, usted puede levantar su manita digital, ¿verdad? Dele ahí levantar manos si usted gusta participar y con gusto le asigno un número y podemos participar. I number this one, you raise your hands, and then we start with the practice, individual practice for this part. We're going to have 2 rounds. Vamos, creo que haremos 2 rondas aproximadamente on this one. 6 people up. 5 people, right? The last one is for everybody. La última donde dice you are right, la vamos a dejar para todos, ¿ok? Así no ocupamos una participación para solo una línea con alguien. All right? So this is for everyone. You are right. Now, let's have on this one and let's see how many people want to participate. Maria Vilma, number 1. Remember your numbers, right? Maria Vilma, number 1. Jennifer Jamilet, number 2. Merly Veronica, number 3. Vladimir Otoniel, number 4. Luis Eduardo, number 5. Right? Number 5. Y de ahí la última lo leemos todos, el you are right. Y luego vamos a asignar nuevos números. At this moment, we listen to our classmates and have and let's see how that goes. Number 1.
Okay. How often do you check your mail?
Every 2 hours. And you?
Well, I try to check it as often as I can. And how often do you call your clients?
I often call the weekend on Monday, but I usually call the Friday the checking is the order. Do you call click?
Yes, I always call them first thing in the morning. I believe it is important to have contact with them all the time.
Everybody, we say?
You are right.
You are
You
right.
are
You are
right.
right. You are right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me give you some feedback for the next people and for everybody. Voy a dar retroalimentación que va a servir para toditos en general, okay? So I need your collaboration to practice on this one. Let me highlight some of them and then we have some practice, right? Let me see. This one, this could be just for intonation, I believe. Let me see on this part. All right, let's practice on this one. The one in purple or pink, right? With the expression underlined. Vamos a trabajar con la frase que está subrayada. Listen, please, first. And I will put everybody on mute. Los que tienen su manita arriba, no la bajen, ¿ok? Porque ya les voy a asignar, pero necesito darles retroalimentación a todos para que sigamos mejorando. In this one, there is some sounds that are joined. En algunos casos en inglés, usted se va a encontrar que ciertos sonidos se unen. No es que los vamos a omitir, pero los vamos a unir, que no hay una pausa entre palabra y palabra. Y en esta frase lo vemos bastante claro, ya se los digo. Si usted va individualmente, individual words, probably you stop, right? You say, check it, right? Check it. Si usted lo va diciendo palabra por palabra, me lo va a decir check, va a tomar un poquitito de aire y me va a decir it, check it. Pero ahí ya hice una pausa. What happens? Listen to this one. Solo escuche. Practique si use con su micrófono apagado, ¿ok? Para no interrumpir a sus compañeros. Listen. Check it. Check it. No hice una pausa. I don't stop, right? Check it. Right? Del sonido k que me termina en check, voy a agregar el siguiente sonido de vocal. Check it. Como que tuviera una sola palabra. No digo check it. Check it. Check it. The next one is similar, right? As often as, right? As often as. Si usted lo divide y lo va palabra por palabra, me va a decir as often as, right? Listen to this one. As often as. As often as. Don't stop. It is not necessary, right? As often as, right? Vea que igualmente tiene sonido de consonante, sonido de vocal, entonces lo podemos unir. No es necesario hacer una pausa, pero el sonido siempre está presente, ¿ok? As often as. As often as. And the last one, it's kind, I can, right? Pero ya poniéndolo todo junto, lo que ya practicamos, ya tenemos la expresión tal cual como yo la subrayé. Listen to this one. Check it as often as I can. Check it as often as I can. Don't stop. Si ustedes notan, yo no estoy pausando después de ninguna palabra, pero lo estoy diciendo de una forma correcta, right? Check it as often as I can. Don't stop. Now, practice for everybody, all right? Practice for everybody. You may turn on your mics, right? Pueden encender sus micrófonos. Listen one time to me and repeat. Check on this one and let's begin. Check it as often as I can. Everybody.
Check it as
Check
often
it
as
As
I
often
often
can.
as I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much. One more time. Let's do one more time. Listen and practice after me. Check it as often as I can.
Check it as often
Check
as
it
As
I
as
can.
often
often
as I
as I
can.
can.
Exactly. There you are. Thank you so much. For the next people, implement the changes, please. Para los que van a participar después, al quien le toque la participación número 3, espero que me lo diga. Sí, ¿verdad? Check it as often as I can. De una sola vez. The next one is pronunciation. The one in green. Repeat after me. Once.
Once.
One,
Once.
one,
One more time.
Once.
Once.
one,
Once.
Once.
Perfect.
one.
The next one. Repeat after me. Clients.
Client,
Clients.
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 Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Second round and final round, I believe. Vamos a hacer la última ronda. Oscar Edgardo, number 1. Emigdio, number 2. María Inés, number 3. Francisco, number 4. Number 5, I give it to, let me see, Lucia Elvira, number 5 for you. All right?
Okay,
Thank you so much. Number 1, let's get started. Iniciamos. Thank you.
okay. How often do you check your email?
Every 2 hours. And you?
Well, I try to check in as often as I can. And how often do you call your clients?
I often call them once a week on Monday, but I usually call them on Friday to check their order. Do you call clients?
Yes, I always call them first thing in the morning. I believe it is important to have contact with them all the time.
Everybody.
You are right.
You are
Right.
right.
You are
You are
right.
right. Thank you.
You are right.
You're right. Thank you. Thank you so much, people, for your participation in that one. Remember, try to practice as much as possible, even after the class. That is going to help you continue improving. All right, so please try to do it. Trate de participar o trate de practicar, sería la recomendación. Incluso después de clase ya tenemos la conversación, practíquela, léala, repítala. Eso le va a ayudar a usted a ganar fluidez cuando ya repetimos la información, porque hay ciertas combinaciones de sonidos que no están en nuestro idioma. Y entonces a veces se nos traba un poquitito la lengua y eso es algo normal porque uno cuesta decir, ay, y rápido me cuesta, teacher. Es algo muy normal, pero si usted lo practica, eso va a ser de mucha ayuda para usted. Así que trate de practicar. Recuérdese ver las grabaciones de la clase y practíquelo, ¿ok? Practice, 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 all right? That's the idea. Miss Emelinda, I have a question for you. I know you want to participate. Yo sé que quiere participar, Miss Emily. So tell me, I have a question. La pregunta para usted. How often do you attend meetings? ¿Qué tan a menudo va a reuniones usted? Miss Natividad, how often do you attend meetings?
It was two, two, um,
All right. Thank you so much. I believe there was some interference with the audio, so it was hard to listen to you, right? But probably later on you can participate, Miss. Creo que teníamos un poquitito de interferencia porque nos fue muy difícil escucharle, por lo menos en mi dispositivo. No le pude lograr comprender la idea, quizás por la velocidad del internet. Pudiera ser, ¿ok? Chequemos más adelante si de pronto podemos participar o si gusta, si está en un teléfono móvil, cuando participamos y estamos en una red móvil, si gusta por unos instantes, puede apagar su cámara, porque así la velocidad se dedica más al audio, no tanto al video. Tal vez eso nos pudiera ayudar cuando vaya a participar. ¿Ok? So that is a recommendation for you. Thank you so much. Let me have more people participate. Maria Inés, what about you? How often do you attend meetings?
Um, um, what is this attend?
Attend.
Atender?
To go, and to be part of something.
Okay. I attend meetings for clients because the sales department and 2 days of week.
Oh, 2 days of the week. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Maria Inés, choose a classmate and ask the same question to one of your classmates, please.
Repeat, please.
Yeah, no problem. Choose a classmate and ask the question. Right? Escoja un compañero y formule la pregunta, la que tenemos en pantalla, la que usted recién respondió, please.
Okay. Okay. Manuel Pineda, how often do you attend meetings?
I attend meetings once a week on Mondays.
Once a week, all right? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Manuel, do the same one. Ask a last person, please. Pregúntele a una última persona que participa con la pregunta, please.
Okay. No los logro ver a todos. Jennifer. How often do you attend meetings?
I attend 2 meetings a week.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Once a week, it's valid. Thank you for that. Now, let's keep it up and let's check on some information for this part. Thank you. take a look at this one. Let's have this practice from the conversation. Check on the question and let's read together. What is the first question, please? How
often does
often
Anne check
How
her
often
email?
does
and
Anne
check
check
your
her
email.
email?
email? Exactly, right?
How
Remember,
often?
thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember the information we practiced, right? In this one, remember, we have all the elements we practice. In question, the auxiliary is does, because we're talking about and in questions, something similar happens. The verb goes in
Base form. Base
base
form.
form. Exactly. Right? So that is something similar for questions. Just the auxiliary is the one to pay attention to, right? Ahí recuérdense prestarle atención al auxiliar de acuerdo a la persona que estamos hablando. Pero los verbos siempre van a ir en forma base porque tenemos a un auxiliar. En este caso sería das porque estamos hablando de and. Now, people, let's remember the info based on the conversation. How often does Anne check her email? ¿Qué información decía la conversación? How often? ¿Qué tan a menudo lo hace ella?
Que tan a menudo revise su
Revisa
correo
el
electrónico.
Tu correo, exacto. And based on the conversation, remember the conversation? What is the answer?
All the time?
Every two,
All the time?
Las
Every
veces
2 hours.
que
every 2 hours,
Every 2 hours?
Every 2 hours.
Mhm.
every 2 hours.
All right. Thank you, thank you. What about the rest? What do you say? What's the answer?
And check her email every 2 hours.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In this one, let's work together on this answer, right? We can say, and what is the action we're talking about? ¿De qué acción
Check.
estamos hablando? Thank you.
Check.
All right. Tell me, people. Now it's an affirmative sentence. Do we say uncheck?
Oh, checks.
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 Correct. Remember, in this case, for affirmative, we need to make the change, right? We don't make changes in questions or in negative sentences for the presence of the auxiliary. But in this one, as in affirmative, we say this one. Let's read the answer, please. She checks
Checks her email,
email
Her email
every
every
2 hours.
hour.
every 2 hours. Thank you so much. Don't forget to make the necessary changes, right? In this one, because it is affirmative, yes, we go for that one, right? Recuérdense que acá, como ya el auxiliar, que sería das para las terceras personas, en los afirmativos no lo utilizamos. Entonces ahí sí tenemos que recordar y estar pendientes de hacer los cambios requeridos al verbo, ¿ok? She checks her email and then we have the reference every 2 hours, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. People, do you think it is important to check the email every day? Is it important or not? Let me have some people participate. Miss Maria Vilma, tell me, is it important to check the email every day?
Okay,
That is just a personal question. Esa ya no es basada en la conversación. Eso ya es más personal. ¿Cuál es su opinión? Is it important? ¿Será importante hacer eso?
yes, it's important because by document important
it is important. That's a good idea, right? Important documents. Important. All right, thank you. That's good. Important documents, that is a valid reason for checking the emails. But let's work together, people. How can we incorporate an action and we have a complete sentence? Documentos importantes es un dato muy bueno y muy relevante y una razón por la cual chequear el correo. Pero si ya quisiéramos crear una oración completa, right? It is important Because es importante, ¿por qué? ¿Cómo nos quedaría ya una oración completa? Because.
How do you say, teacher? How do you say respaldar?
Puede ser backup. Podemos
For
utilizar,
example,
podría ser.
backup the information of your computer.
All right.
Or important documents, or maybe memorandums.
All right. All right. In that case, you can say memos, right? Memos. In that
Memos.
case.
Okay.
Memos. All right.
Memos.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Backup. Right. Let's work on this one because you can back up, right? Because you can back up important documents, right? And then you have a better idea. La idea estaba bien, pero la podemos mejorar ya con una expresión completa, ¿ok? Because you can back up important documents. ¿Okay? Puedes respaldar documentos importantes, all right? That's why it is important to check the email, right? We can say, what is the action
I
for?
receive.
Thank you, right? Because I was about to say that one, but thank you so much. Because I receive,
Okay.
and the complement, important documents.
Documents.
Exactly, all right. You have many reasons also. Because my boss sends important documents. Si quisiéramos tener el mismo complemento, vea que podemos jugar con la variedad de verbos y sujetos. No necesariamente yo los recibo, pero puedo expresar mi jefe manda información o documentos importantes. Why? Because my boss sends important documents, right? And you can have a very complete, you can have very complete ideas. Check on that one. Let me have other
Teacher,
person. Tell me.
how do you mean boss? Mm,
The
how do you
boss.
mean boss?
The boss.
Yes,
The boss is for
boss.
example, yeah, el jefe, the boss, right? In that case,
Yes.
that is the person, right? The responsible person. It could be the manager or the owner. Si trabaja en una empresa y su jefe es el propio dueño, pudiera ser también que tenga los dos roles, más jefe y dueño, right? The
The
boss
big
and
boss,
owner.
Daddy Yankee.
The boss, Daddy Yankee, exactly. Yeah, that's a good reference, right? Yeah, the big boss. Excellent. Thank you so much. You see, good reasoning. Me llega. Buen análisis ahí para ponerlo en práctica. It's possible. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me have one more person participate. Mr. Luis Eduardo, why is it important to check the email? Mr. Luis Eduardo, hello, hello. Check on the microphone, please. It's not possible to listen to you, mister. Just double check on the
Ahora,
connection. Now it's better. Yes,
okay.
thank you.
Because I receive important information to my boss.
All right. Information from my boss. Su jefe se
From
la
my
manda
boss.
from, exactly. From my boss. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. You see? Valid reasons. Tell me, people, that is question for all of you. Do you check your emails? ¿Chequean sus correos? Do you check your
Yes.
emails?
I have a question.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I do.
Yes, I do. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Tell me, Liz. What's your question?
No, es que la pregunta era porque para decir que recibo documentos con los que trabajo, o sea, como por decirlo así, me envían información para poder trabajar, o sea, para no sé cómo decirlo o cómo explicarlo. No solo es información, sino que es como que vamos a llamar así, la materia prima para que yo haga lo que tengo que hacer.
All right. No
Solo
problem.
serían documents.
It could be. We can include like a complement, important documents. Let's see. For me to work. Tal vez, exacto.
To work with them?
To work with them es otra opción válida, right? You can express ideas like this, right? I receive important documents for me to work, right? para que yo los trabaje o para que yo los edite, si quisiera ponerlos acá,
Ajá.
for me to edit,
Edit.
o el complemento o el verbo puede ser, for me to work, podría ser bien general, ¿ok? Los documentos, ¿para qué son? Para que yo trabaje, ¿ok? Usted,
Ujú.
porque después usted va a hacer algo diferente, ¿ok?
Ujú, correcto.
It's valid.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, teacher.
I'm happy to help you. No problem. Thank you so much. Now, let's get on some vocabulary at this point, people. Double check on this one. I need your collaboration. Check on this one. What do we check at this moment? We check about frequent, check on the screen.
Frequency, adverbs.
Adverbs.
Thank you so much. Listen and practice after me. Frequency adverbs. Everybody?
Frequency adverbs.
Correct. Frequency
Frequency
adverbs.
adverbs.
Perfect.
Adverbs.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Check on this one. There is a mystery word on this exercise, all right? Check on this one. There is a mystery word, but it is in disorder. Hay una palabra misteriosa con esas letras. Eso no significa nada en inglés, ¿ok? No vaya a creer, teacher, ¿y qué significa eso? No, that's a mystery word. But let's order it mentally and tell me, what is the word?
Always.
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 Thank you. Check the magic, right? Everybody, repeat after me. Always.
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 Perfect, perfect. Now, check on this one. Other mystery word, what is it?
Usually.
Usually.
Perfect. Repeat after me. Usually.
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 Thank
Usually.
you. Check on the next one. What is the mystery word? That is new, probably. Creo que eso no estaba en la conversación, así que veamos si la adivinamos.
Uy.
Ah, that is a good one, right? Esa sí está buena, ya vi, ya le vi la expresión.
Normally?
Sí.
Thank you, Manuel. Good one. Can you repeat, Manuel?
Normally.
Normally.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Good job. Listen and practice after me, people. Normally.
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 Congrats. Next one. Let's go for the challenge. What is it?
Often.
Often.
Perfect. Perfect. You're experts. One more time. Listen and repeat. Often.
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 Thank you. The next one. No dice semita, no se va a olvidar. No like that.
Sometimes.
Time.
Sometimes.
Amazing, people. Amazing. Amazing. Listen and practice after me. Sometimes.
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 Perfect. The next one. Mystery word. What is it?
Occasionally.
Really?
Occasionally.
Amazing. Thank you so much. You are experts, people. Repeat after me. Occasionally.
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 Thank you. Thank you so much. What about this one?
Models?
No. No. It could be, right?
The beers.
Aplica. Si la ordenamos,
Models.
models. Miss Universe. No. It's not Miss Universe.
No, the beers.
The beers. Really? Uh-huh. It begins with S. S is the first letter.
Small. No.
S L S E. Sorry, S E. Let me help you.
Sí, no.
What is it?
Seldom. No, I don't.
What is the meaning of
It's a good
seldom?
one. You see,
I don't
What
know
is the
this
meaning?
word.
no problem. All right. Repeat after me. Seldom.
Seldom.
All right. Thank you.
What
We're
is
going
this
to
What is the
check on this
meaning?
one.
Seldom.
What is the meaning of seldom? What is it? Nobody knows on this one?
Rara vez o casi nunca, ¿no?
No.
Exactly. Right. We talk about an information for repetition. In this case, como rara vez. Rara vez. Talking about the repetition. Seldom.
Seldom.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Remember in frequency adverbs, we are talking about the repetition, right? You say, I always drink coffee all the time. You express a high frequency. Ve que ahí estamos expresando algo que se hace muy frecuente, algo que siempre se hace. I always drink coffee. But probably for one person, no, I seldom drink coffee. Okay? Rara vez tomo café. It's possible. It depends
Always.
on the repetition, but always, exactly, always. Now, there is other one. What about this one? Check on the information.
Readily.
Ah, thank you. All right. Let me see this one. Ah, repeat after me, people. Rarely.
Readily.
Rarely.
One more time. Rarely.
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 Exactly, right? With E,
Rarely.
right? Suena como una E. La A no suena, no es ra, es rarely. Re, con E, rarely. Rarely. Remember to take annotations, please. Take annotation on this one. Rarely. And what is rarely, people? ¿Qué significará
Rara
rarely?
Casi
vez.
nunca.
Casi
Casi.
nunca. Ese ya menos frecuencia todavía.
Rarely.
Casi nunca. I rarely. Okay, thank you.
Rarely.
Rarely. And check on this one. What is it?
Never.
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 Never. And what is this one? What is the meaning of never?
Nunca.
Nunca.
Nunca. Ah, people. Think about something. Something you never do. Algo que usted nunca hace. Right? Think about that one. I never what?
I
For
never,
example. Sorry? Never, Emilia?
I never get up at 9 a.m.
Okay. I never. Let me copy that one. That is a good sentence, right?
I never sleep early.
Oh my goodness. Hey, but that is not my fault, right? Pero esa no es mi culpa, muchachos. Ay, disculpen que nos desvelamos en clase, but that's okay, right?
No,
Right?
I work.
You work, exactly, right? Check on that. I never, for the media, I never get up at night. Me imagino que se levanta antes, Emilio. What time do you wake up?
4 a.m. I wake up 4
Oh
a.m.
my God, 4 a.m. Oh my goodness. Right? That's very early, right? Very early. All right. Let me have more people participate. Miss Cecilia Caravante, something you never do. Algo que nunca hace, Cecilia. Cuéntenos.
I never decir llegar temprano a la oficina o
¡Ah!
llegar temprano. Yo siempre llego
Never.
tarde a todos
Oh my
lados, sí.
All right. But for traffic, right?
Por
I
tráfico,
never trust in woman.
You say, you can say, I never arrive on time. Eso sería como
Okay.
llegar a tiempo. I never arrive on time. In this case, to work. Pudiera ser el complemento, okay? To work. I never. All right. Different reasons, right? Different reasons. All right. Let me have other person, one last person to participate. Rolando, ya lo veo que estamos ya tranquilos, ya en clase. Mr. Rolando, muchas gracias por su esfuerzo. Cuéntenos, Rolando, something you never do. Check on the microphone, please. Thank you.
Hoy sí me escucha.
Yes, mister. Thank you.
I never drink beer.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. No sé por qué le dio risa después, pero digamos que sí, ¿verdad? No,
No lo,
son
no lo
bromas,
sé,
mister.
Rick.
Son bromas,
Presión,
sí.
hermano.
Rápido le dio
Normally.
risa, rápido le dio...
I normally.
Normally happy, people, right? No, Rolando, son bromas,
I
Rolando, yo le
normally
creo. Si
drink
usted
beer.
me
Sí,
dice
no problem.
never, yo le creo. Solo es para que nos animemos en la clase, que no me tome en serio en ese punto, please. Oscar, what about you? What happened? Tell me.
I never travel in the bus.
Never traveling, but oh my goodness, really? Why? Do you have a car?
No.
Helicopter.
Helicopter. A limo,
I
limousine.
fine
Bro,
my
it's a
work.
good.
All right. Tell me, Oscar, can you repeat? Why is that? ¿Por qué, Oscar? Cuéntenos.
8 minutes on my work.
You walk?
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
8 minutes.
8 minutes, right? All
Mhm.
right. I never travel in bus. In this case, probably you can say to work. Pues si lo quisiera hacer
Mhm.
más específico. I never travel in bus to work, right? O no sé si es en general que nunca anda en bus, porque pudiera ser también, ¿verdad? Aplica, no problem, right? Pero acá
Al
pudiéramos ser un
trabajo
poquito
nunca voy,
específicos. Si gusta,
nunca
tell me.
viajo.
Ajá.
Al trabajo nunca viajo en bus
Ah,
ni en carro.
perfecto. Ah, okay, that's good,
Ujú.
right? So in this one we can have a complement, right? Porque si lo dejamos, por darle un ejemplo, I never travel in bus, right? Entonces es bien en general que usted nunca lo hace. Sale a algún lado y nunca va en bus. ¿Qué pudiera hacer? Hay muchas personas que lo pueden revisar y no está mal. Pero si usted gusta, podríamos ser específicos. Pero al trabajo, al trabajo. Entonces ya le ponemos un complemento más. I never travel in bus to work. And that's valid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good one, people. I appreciate everybody's collaboration. Now, to have this one, I just have some information for you to get on the meaning of this, right? Check on the different numbers that we have. What is the first percentage? Ve el primer porcentaje que tenemos. ¿Cuál nos indica ahí? We have
100%.
one 100, right?
100.
And the last one is, y el último que
Zero.
tenemos,
0%.
0%, all right? These are approximate numbers, all right? Just for you to have an idea. Nos va a ayudar acá irlos ubicando como en una categoría, ¿verdad? Para que nosotros sepamos más o menos la frecuencia que de pronto están expresando. Si los traducimos, puede ser que el traductor en algún caso dos palabras se las traduzca igual o casi igual. Entonces ahí me va a decir, teacher, y entonces, ¿y aquí qué onda va? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Y cuál es mejor que la otra? Por eso es bueno saber el significado, pero mejor lo vemos en inglés y con porcentajes para agarrar bastante la idea. On top, right? What is the first one on top? Si tenemos en 100%, ¿cuál creen que representa el 100% en frecuencia?
Always.
Siempre.
Ajá. In this one, we say, repeat after me,
Siempre.
always.
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 90%, ve el 90%. What is it?
Usually.
Usually. 80%. We have two. Tenemos dos para el 80 aproximadamente. We say
Normally.
normally and
Generally.
generally. Exactly. 70%. We have two expressions. We have
Often and
Often
frequently.
and
frequently.
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 One more time, listen to me. Frequently. Ahí tenemos con tli. Frequently.
Frequently.
All right.
Frequently.
Frequently. Thank you. 50%. ¿Cuál será el de 50? ¿Cuál tiene que ser el de 50%? 50%?
Seldom.
Seldom.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Check out this. 50 is
Sometimes.
sometimes, right? 50-50 in that one, right? We can say sometimes. Si usted quiere representar así un 50%, puede decir sometimes. What about the 30%?
Obviously seldom.
Seldom?
Occasionally.
Or occasionally? Ah, thank you. Exactly.
Casually.
Good one. 30%. What is it? Repeat. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Thank you. What about the 10%?
Seldom.
Seldom?
Seldom.
Normal. All right. Let's give it a try. All right, let's give it a try on this one. What is it, people? Seldom. All right. 5%.
Rarely.
Thank you. Pronunciation practice. Rarely.
Rarely.
Rarely. 0%?
Never.
Never. Right? Listen and practice after me. All right. We practice the expression so we have more pronunciation. All right. Listen one more time.
Okay.
Repeat after me. Tell me.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hardly ever.
It's possible. Hardly ever.
¿En qué
Hardly ever
porcentaje?
probably could be like between 5 and 0. yo lo ubicaría tal vez entre el 5% hacia abajo todavía, hardly ever,
Ok.
todavía, más bajo.
Más bajo
No
que
son
rarely.
estos, exacto, right? Sí, hardly ever.
Ok,
Now,
thank you.
no problem. Let's practice on this one, people. Repeat after me. Always.
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 Usually.
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 Normally.
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 Generally.
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 Often.
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 Frequently.
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 Sometimes.
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 Occasionally.
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 Seldom.
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 Rarely.
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 Never.
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 Thank you. Thank you so much. I have a question for you. Listen and practice, everybody. How often do you write memos?
How often do you
How
write
often
memos?
do you write memos?
Right, memorandums, right? Or notes. Let me have some people participate. Miss, let me see on one person. Miss Gabriela Abigail, tell me, how often do you write memos, Miss?
Español.
How often? In this one, I am asking for repetition, right? How often? You are going to respond in this way. You are going to say information like this. You begin by a subject, in this case, because it is personal, I, then you include a repetition, and then you talk about the action, right? Write memos, write notes. Ahí el verbo sería, o la acción, es escribir memorándums, escribir notas en este caso, right? How often? Vea que el espacio que está vacío, usted lo complementa con una repetición que esté acorde a su realidad. Puede ser que lo haga siempre, lo haga más o menos un 70%, vea las frases que tenemos, lo hace pocas veces, entonces nos vamos con seldom, rarely, o si nunca lo hace, vamos con never. Miss Gabriela, one more time. How often do you write memos?
I sometimes write memos.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Thank you so much. Let me have more people participate. Jocelyn Beatriz, what about you? How often do you write memos? Jocelyn, hello, hello. Probably not available yet. Let me have other person. Veronica Jimenez, what about you? How often do you write memos? Miss Veronica, hello, hello. Probably not available. Let me have other person participate. Maria Vilma, what about you? How often do you write memos?
Okay. I never write memos.
Never. All right. Thank
Never.
you. Okay, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jennifer Jamilet, what about you?
I never write memos.
Never. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Perfect. This is other form to say a sin or something that doesn't happen, right? Vea que cuando incluimos el never como representa un 0%, es otra forma de dar una idea negativa, algo que no ocurre, ¿ok? Usted pudiera decir utilizando el auxiliar, I don't write memos, ¿ok? Yo no escribo memorándums, pero con la información I never write memos es algo, la idea es bastante similar, pero utilizando una estructura de repetición. Vea que aquí no es necesario poner ¿cómo se llama? El auxiliar negativo. La palabra never ya nos aporta ese elemento negativo, que no pasa, algo no ocurre, ¿ok? I never write memos. No me vaya a decir, por ejemplo, I don't never. Ahí tenemos dos palabras en negativo y en inglés no se utilizan dos palabras en negativo juntas, ¿ok? No van en una oración. Entonces acá solo con el never basta y sobra para entender que algo no ocurre. ¿Ok? Ya nos queda como una idea, una idea en negativo. Eso es lo que estamos practicando, ¿ok? Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me, I believe I have other question for you. Listen and practice, everyone. How often do you give instructions to coworkers? Everybody, repeat after me. How
How
often
often
How
How do
often
you
you
give
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 instruction
instruction
to
to
instruction to
coworkers?
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 Instruction.
All right, to cowork, right? Give instruction. Do this one, do the other, right? Don't do this. Right? Dar instrucciones. Yo se le voy a preguntar a alguien que sé que siempre quizás lo hace. Francisco, how often do you give instructions to coworkers? Francisco, hello, hello, my friend.
Hello, 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 hello. I'm sorry.
No problem. How
Can
often?
you repeat, please?
Yeah, the question is this one in purple. How often do you give instructions to coworkers?
I give instruction to my coworker. I usually give instructions to my coworkers.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I usually. Let me have other person participate. What about you? Let me see. Miss Maria Inés, the same question. How often do you give instructions to your coworkers?
I usually give instruction to my coworkers.
Thank you. María Inés, choose other classmate, same question.
Always.
Escoja otro compañero o compañera y léale la pregunta para que nos pueda participar, please.
Okay. Lucía Elvira. How often do you give instruction to coworkers?
I give instructions. ¿Cuál fue? ¿Cuál pregunta fue? Perdón.
The one in purple. La pregunta en moradito y aquí le tengo el modelo yo. Recuerden, la línea representa dónde vamos a poner la repetición.
I usually give instruction to my co-workers.
All right, thank you. Miss, choose other person and ask the question. Escoja otra persona de la clase y léale la misma pregunta que tenemos en moradito, please.
Okay. Emilio. Emilio. How often do you give instruction to coworkers?
I usually give instruction to my coworkers.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Is there somebody that always, habrá alguien que lo haga always? Give instruction to coworkers? Yes, who? Rolando, you always.
Yeah. I always give instruction to my coworker.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is
I
there other
always
person?
give instruction.
Oscar.
Me, teacher.
All right, all right. Poor Jennifer, pobre Jennifer y Cifredo, si no estoy equivocado, siempre les da instrucciones.
No, yo
No,
a otro.
a otros, chill, chill, right? Because you working as in the same place, in the same company, but not same place, right? Ya recordé que trabajan en la misma empresa, pero no en el mismo lugar necesariamente, okay? All right, thank you. Thank you so much for that, people. Now, let's keep on working on this exercise. Oh, by the way, this information is on your books. Si usted tiene su libro a la mano, por ahí tenemos una representación igual con repetición de acciones, ahí como yo lo tengo en pantalla, ¿ok? You have that information on your books. If you want the reference, you can go for page number, let me see, page
Number
number
20.
20, I believe, right? 19 was, yeah, 19 was the conversation. Creo que en la 19 teníamos la conversación, en la página 20 está ese dato, esa tablita. So you can check on that one, all right? So you have a reference over there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, let's keep on working. Let me show you the next info. Take a look at this, right? Talking about the frequency adverbs. What is the structure? Vea los modelos de respuesta que pusimos con las dos preguntas, ¿ok? Para que usted lo notara. What is the order? Right?
De la respuesta.
Ajá.
The subject primero.
The subject. And then, después del subject.
La frecuencia o el tipo de frecuencia.
Frequency. After the frequency?
Albert.
Frequency adverb.
Albert.
Frequency adverb, and then?
Usual. The action.
The action, the verb,
The verb,
and then?
And the complement.
Complement.
Exactly. Thank you so much. All right. In general terms, you know that elements for the sentences, as you know, is subject, verb, and complement. Right. That is, those are the three main elements of the sentence. But in this one, we are going to insert something extra, right? The first one, check on the screen. Let's work together. The first element is, vea el elemento que aparece en pantalla. El primero es
Subject.
subject. After that, we have
Frequency adverb.
frequency adverb. Thank you. And then
Verb.
verb. And finally,
Complement.
complement. Exactly. That's what we have. Check on examples. Let's read together. This example is for the boys. Vamos a darle la oportunidad a los chicos. Example number 1, boys, let's read together, and we read in 3, 2, 1. Boys,
My boss always
Arranges
meetings.
meeting.
arranges meetings. Thank you.
Arranges.
Arranges meetings.
What the meaning of arrangers?
Organize, similar to say organize or prepare something.
Okay, thank you.
Organize. That is the idea for arrange. That is other form to say organize.
Organize.
You can say arrange. Next one. The next example is for the ladies. Ladies, we say Felipe. Ladies.
Felipe never comes late to work.
Late to work.
Thank you. Boys, the next one is for you. I
sometimes call clients.
Sometimes call clients.
Calls clients. Thank you. Ladies, the next one.
We
usually
create payroll.
Payroll. All right. Payroll. Do you know the meaning of payroll? What is that?
What is payroll?
Accountants work with payroll. Si no estoy equivocado, en una sala, alguien estaba hablando de eso, alguien que trabaja en contaduría o de contador. Está hablando de eso.
¿Son como las planillas? No.
Yes, correct. Exactly. Eso es una payroll, es una nómina o una planilla, ¿ok? Donde va el dato de cuánto gana cada persona, ¿ok? La planilla, cuánto al mes está devengando. Payroll, eso significa. We usually create a payroll. And the next one, that was for boys. The next one is for boys, right? Creo que vamos con los chicos nuevamente, ¿ok? The last one for you, boys, let's read. You
seldom leave early.
Leave early. Okay, perfect. Check on something. I need your collaboration. What happens here? In this part, what is happening in the verbs?
It's in third person.
Third person, singular. In this case, the frequency adverbs do not eliminate the change. No se me vaya a confundir. Recuérdese, ¿qué es lo único que elimina el cambio al verbo en tercera persona? Que lo vimos.
El auxiliar.
El auxiliar negativo, correcto. Lo vemos el auxiliar negativo, obviamente en oraciones negativas, pero también el auxiliar está presente en las preguntas, correcto. Entonces ahí nos vamos con una base form, ¿ok? Pero esto, frequency adverbs, do not eliminate the change. Vea que esto no viene a afectar el verbo, es nada más un agregado, un dato extra de expresar repetición. For that reason, we continue with the third person singular. My boss always arranges. Vea que el cambio se le hizo al verbo porque es afirmativo, ¿ok? My boss always arranges. The next one, check on the sentence for Felipe. What is the action? Felipe comes.
Never comes
Right?
later.
Comes. Exactly, right? Third person singular. For the rest, base form, as you know it. Vean los siguientes, no requieren tercera persona porque no son tercera persona. Usted lo puede notar por ahí en los ejemplos. But third person singular, we respect that one, right? Siempre vamos a tener cuidado de las terceras personas cuando expresamos frecuencia. And that is the order we have in this one, right? Vea el orden, para que usted lo note, siempre va a ser ese orden cuando expresamos idea, ¿ok? ¿Verdad? Porque en español, vea que en español nosotros tenemos nuestras combinaciones bien particulares, ¿va? Imagínese que yo dijera, por darle un ejemplo, ah, yo como frijoles rara vez, pudiera ser que de pronto lo expresáramos así. El orden en español a veces puede variar, ya sea que sea aceptable o no, pero nosotros en el idioma lo podemos expresar de ciertas formas. But in English, we go for this one. ¿Okay? Entonces en inglés sí vamos a seguir el formato que yo les estoy mostrando por ahí. Subject, frecuencia adverb, verb en complement, ¿ok? Trate de recordar ese elemento. Va a ir entre el sujeto y la acción. Ok, ahí vamos a meter la repetición. ¿Ok? Questions about this
Okay.
exercise so far? Or about this info?
No, it's clear.
Clear at this moment. Thank you. What about the rest of you? Any question?
No.
Not so far.
No.
Question,
Okay.
teacher.
Let's do a practice then. I love it. When there are no questions, let's practice. That is the best thing we can do. At this moment, we have some information that let me show the next info to you. Take a look at the illustration. What is going on? What do you think we do? ¿Qué creen que vamos a hacer? What do we do?
Responder un quiz o algo así.
Exam.
Exam.
Thank
Quemar una
you.
computadora.
A computadora. No, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Very creative. At this moment, take a look. That is just an illustration just to catch your attention. But at this moment, in reality, we do what practice?
Writing activity.
We do a writing activity. Exactly. We do a writing activity, people. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is what we work on at this moment. And let me explain how we work on this exercise. This is what we do. Let me begin on this one. We're going to have a writing activity. And in this case, we are going to create questions. Do you remember the format for the questions in the conversation? Recordemos la conversación que practicamos del libro. ¿Cómo se preguntaba por frecuencia? ¿Cuál era el
How
inicio de la
often?
pregunta?
How often?
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We say, people, one more time. How?
How often?
How often?
How often?
Thank you. Vea que esa expresión para la palabra often en la pregunta sí va a ser fija. Ahí sí vamos a decir how often, qué tan a menudo. ¿Ok? No pudiéramos tener variantes que yo le dijera how always. Que usted diga, pues aquí lo voy a cambiar también, ¿verdad? O que usted vaya a decir how never. Right? No, not like that one. Esas no serían válidas para preguntas. General question, how often. Eso siempre va a ser fijo. How often. Ya en su respuesta, ahí usted va a expresar algo que sea una realidad. How often do you practice soccer? I always. How often do you take a shower at night? En la noche, ¿qué tan a menudo usted se baña? I sometimes, ¿ok? Vea que ahí ya estoy dando una repetición. Y en las respuestas vamos a ver que no es necesario que usted me incluya el often en su respuesta. Vea que yo no digo I often always, ¿ok? O I often sometimes. No, I express the reality with a repetition. Vea que ahí no es necesario incluir el often en la respuesta, a menos que often represente el porcentaje que usted desea socializar. Ahí sí lo puede utilizar. Pero vea que el often no va a ser fijo en nuestras respuestas. ¿Ok? Vea por ahí el dato. So that is how we work. Let me introduce the activity for you so you have a clear idea. Step number 1. What is the instruction? Vea la instrucción que tenemos en pantalla. Create
Two questions.
two questions with
With
how
how
often
often
do
do
you?
you?
How often do you? What is missing? ¿Qué nos hace falta en ese modelo de pregunta? How often do you? ¿Qué nos falta?
The complement.
The complement?
How often do you?
Verb.
No, the verb
The
and
verb
the
is the verb.
complement.
Complement.
And a verb and a complement. Exactly, right? How often do you? Nos falta la acción y un complemento. Ahí solo tenemos qué tan a menudo usted, pero usted qué. Right? So we're going to create questions. Vamos a crear preguntas. Quickly, vamos a hacer una práctica oral al momento, ¿ok? Let me see. Mr. Roberto Ernesto, can you think of a question? ¿Podría generar una pregunta ahorita con ese modelo?
Yes.
Démosle.
Okay, how often do you play football?
Play football, right? Thank you. That's valid. Vladimir Otoniel, other question. Así que se nos venga a la mente, Vladimir. ¿Cómo pudiéramos crear? How often do you?
How often do you drink beer?
Drink beer. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. That is the
Or how
other one.
often do you drink beer?
All right, that's fine. Thank you so much. Remember on that one. Tell me.
I usually drink beer.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Manuel.
How often do you run in the morning?
How often do you run in the morning? Exactly. That's a good one. Thank you. Emigdio, other question.
How often do you listen music?
Listen to music.
Listen to music.
To music. All right,
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Remember to use the previous activity. Si se recuerdan, la actividad de ayer era combinación de verbos más complementos. Si se recuerda, teníamos una infinidad de vocabulario que lo puede retomar ahora para crear sus preguntas, ¿ok? Vea los verbos, vea los complementos y vamos a crear preguntas. How many? ¿Cuántas vamos a crear?
Two. Question.
Two. All right. That is the first instruction. The other, second instruction, create.
Two question with how often does your coworker?
Coworker. Vamos a hablar de un compañero de trabajo, ¿ok? Entonces vamos a formular dos preguntas. How often does your coworker? Vea el modelo que utilizamos el auxiliar does porque estamos hablando de un coworker, ya sea él o ya sea ella, terceras personas. Por eso estamos utilizando el auxiliar does en la pregunta. Pero how often sigue fijo, ¿ok? ¿Qué tan a menudo? Su compañero y ahí necesitamos una acción. What verb do we need? ¿Qué tipo de verbo necesitamos?
En tercera persona.
Terceras personas, vamos a utilizar.
No, en simple, en base form, because the auxiliar does.
Exactly. Recuerden ese. Ya tenemos el auxiliar does y en las preguntas siempre vamos a utilizar un base form, right? Base form. So in total, how many questions do we create? ¿Cuántas preguntas vamos a crear en total?
Four.
Four.
Four questions.
Four, exacto. Dos con un modelo y dos con la otra, ¿ok? Con el otro modelo. Now, how do I check? Ya les explico cómo vamos a chequear la actividad, porque yo necesito ver qué tan bien lo estamos haciendo. Yo sé que usted lo va a hacer en su cuaderno, me llega, pero necesito darle retroalimentación. So at this moment, let me copy a link to you, all right? And I need your collaboration to access to this info, all right? Let me share this with you. All right, access the practice and then type in your name and I explain to you how this works.
No, tenemos que como logar o algo así.
It's going to ask you for your name. Le va a pedir su nombre, creo yo, pero no necesariamente un correo. Le va a decir su nombre y un nickname, como un su apodo o un nombre.
O como me dicen.
Como le dicen, exacto, okay? Thank you. I have 3 people already. The rest you can incorporate. I give some time and then I explain how we work. Voy a esperar que algunos se puedan incorporar y luego les explico cómo vamos a trabajar. This will be our interactive billboard, let's say, or interactive board. Vamos a tener como una pizarra interactiva donde vamos a colaborar y yo les voy a poder ir dando retroalimentación para ver cómo lo estamos realizando. When you access, you will see something similar to this. And on your device, you will have a white bar, as you may see in the lower part. Right? Así como en la parte inferior, en su dispositivo, ya sea móvil o computadora, va a haber una barra y le dice share your thoughts. Yo lo tengo en inglés, me dice compartir sus ideas, ¿ok? En español puede ser que le diga algo similar. This is similar like a social network. Eso es como una red social. Usted da clic sobre la barrita esa y le va a aparecer intermitente el cursor, que quiere decir que usted puede escribir. Acá yo voy a escribir mi pregunta, ¿ok? How often do you, le voy a poner el primer ejemplo, how often do you go to English class? Right? Yo creo mi pregunta y ya le pongo signo de interrogación al final, ¿verdad? Porque es mi pregunta. Y usted va a ver que a la derecha le va a aparecer el icono como de un triangulito, como un sobrecito o un avioncito que simboliza el botón enviar. Si usted da clic sobre eso o presiona en su dispositivo móvil, su respuesta va a quedar pegada como una notita en esta pizarra interactiva. Y yo ya puedo ver su pregunta. Así que les pido de favor que puedan escribir sus preguntas e irlas publicando. Es como una red social prácticamente donde vamos a ir pegando nuestras ideas. Si usted gusta, puede hacer las 4 preguntas en una sola participación, así todo queda agrupado y yo le puedo dar retroalimentación de lo que usted tenga. Entonces podemos crear las 2 preguntas con how often, okay? How often do you go to English class? Pongo signo de interrogación, doy un espacio y voy con mi otra pregunta, ¿ok? How often do you play soccer? Right? Después me voy con las how often does, right? How often does your coworker clean the office? Okay, quiero saber qué tan a menudo su compañero limpia la oficina. Okay, completo las 4 preguntas y al final lo envío. Entonces ahí yo ya voy a ver en una sola notita sus 4 preguntas. Pudiera ser de esa forma para agruparlas de una sola vez y yo poderle dar retroalimentación. Are you in the practice? ¿Pudieron todos acceder al enlace y estamos por ahí para participar?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right. So at this moment, I give you 5 minutes approximately for you to create the questions, please. Right? For a minute. Le voy a dar 5 minutes. Le voy a dar 5 minutos para que cree y digite sus preguntas y las pueda compartir acá en la pizarra interactiva. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Teacher, I have a question. Is
Tell me.
only the question
Yeah,
or
only
the
the
answer
question.
too?
No, the question. Only questions.
Okay, okay.
Questions.
Okay,
Solo
thank you.
preguntas. No se preocupe por el momento por responderlas. Solo cree las preguntas. Vamos a crear un banco de preguntas como clase. Igualmente yo les doy retroalimentación.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, my pleasure, mister. Thank you. Thank you. I see some responses. How often do you go to the supermarket? All right, thank you, Francisco. Manuel, how often do you eat pizza? How often do you speak with your uncle? All right, thank you. Good questions, Manuel. Lucia, how often do you eat pizza? Thank you so much. Roberto, how often do you go to the park? Good job, good job. Thank you. Let me see, Cecilia Caravantes, how often do you make exercises? Okay, good question, miss. Thank you. Keep it up. Thank you. Ahí voy chequeando y leyendo sus comentarios. Si hubiera alguna área de mejora, por ahí les indico también para que lo puedan evitar si es que amerita, ¿ok? Emigdio, how often do you listen to music? Good question, mister. Thank you, thank you. Let me put a heart. Le voy a ir poniendo corazoncitos si están bien las preguntas para que usted igualmente vaya viendo. How often? Thank you. I see more questions. Thank you. Manuel, how often does your coworker visit your clients? All right, thank you. That's good. Jennifer, Jamilet, how often do you visit a doctor? How often do you listen to music? How often does your coworker check on this one? Jennifer, for the invoice, I believe you need an action. Jennifer, Jamilet, creería que el invoice es como el recibo, ¿ok? Pero tal vez no sería una acción, entonces nos hace falta incorporar una acción. Tal vez crear, dar recibos o recibir, en este caso, los tickets o recibos. Entonces trate de incluir una acción. How often does your coworker? Y pongamos una acción. Pueden editar sus comentarios. En su comentario que usted puso, en la parte superior derecha le aparecen 3 puntitos. Voy a hacerlo como ejemplo en mi comentario, ¿ok? Me aparecen en 3 puntitos. Yo doy clic y me aparece la opción editar. Entonces ya le doy a editar, me aparece nuevamente la barrita para escribir, hace los cambios y le da a enviar y con eso vamos a hacer el cambio requerido, ¿ok? Lo podemos trabajar de esa forma para no reescribir todo. Thank you. All right. Let me see more comments. Miss Lucia Elvira, how often do you drink milk? All right, thank you, Miss Lucia. More questions. How often? María Vilma, how often do you go to the cinema? María Vilma, check on the spelling. Ayúdeme porfa con el deletreo. There is an extra H. Vea que ahí tenemos una letra extra. Please edit the comment. Por favor, vea, podemos editar el comentario para tener la información correcta. Elimíneme la H, porfa. How often, right?
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's see, Elvira. How often does your coworker read email? All right. Read. Could be possible to say it in plural. Tal vez pudiera funcionar acá si lo ponemos en plural. Read emails. Leer correos. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see in the next one. More people with question. Vladimir Serrano, let me see the questions. How often do you have breakfast at work? How often do you drive to work? Check on this one. Vladimir, the action. Ayúdeme con la acción en la segunda pregunta. How often do you drive? Recuérdense que acá no utilizamos verbos en terceras personas, solo forma base. How often do you drive to work? Así que eliminemos esa S del verbo drive, del verbo manejar o conducir. Let's see the other. How often does your
Okay,
coworker
teacher.
get late to work? That's okay. How often does your coworker? The same in this one. En la cuarta pregunta ocurre lo mismo. How often does your coworker check? Recuérdense que no utilizamos terceras personas en los verbos porque ya tenemos el auxiliar does que está presente en la pregunta. Y no olvide su signo de interrogación al final. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. That's the idea, right? Yo sé que con la práctica vamos a ir mejorando y les agradezco mucho su esfuerzo. Let me see. María Vilma, how often, all right. Rolando, how often do you drink coffee? Check on this one, Rolando, coffee, double F. Doble F en la palabra coffee, ¿sí? Si puede
Okay.
editarlo, perfect. Roberto Pascasio, how often does your coworker visit the boss? Thank you. Gabriel Hernandez, how often do you, what is the idea of makeup, Gabriela? Solo si me ayuda, ¿qué idea queríamos expresar con su primera pregunta? How often?
No, era como, how do you make up? Pero del teclado me lo separó, ahorita lo edito.
Ok, ¿cuál era la acción entonces? Solo si me ayuda con eso, para ayudarle si es que es requerido. How often?
Maquillarse puede ser.
Ok. Right. How often do you make? Ahí estamos, make up, exacto. How often? Entonces creería que estamos bien así, ¿ok? How often? No, ahí estamos bien, estamos bien. Separado tendría que ir. Si lo juntamos es como maquillaje, pero lo que se utiliza. Entonces estamos bien. How often do you make up? Thank you. Thank you so much. Good one. Let me see more questions. Thank you, thank you. Vamos a ver, creo que las de aquí ya las revisé todas. Yes. Let's continue with the next. María Vilma, recuerdes hacer el cambio, María Vilma. Estamos bien. Lucía, Elvira, how often does your coworker read emails? Thank you so much for make it plural. How often, Rolando Mendez, how often do you watch TV? Thank you so much. Let me see more questions.
A question, teacher.
Tell me.
¿Cómo se puede, bueno, cómo se dice o cómo se puede decir la palabra o la acción traer un contenedor o traer un, ¿cómo decir? Sí, es como un contenedor de líquido.
A contenedor, pero como exportado, algo así, a eso se refiere.
No, es, vaya, lo que ocupamos nosotros para envasar el producto,
Ujú.
lo extraemos de un, como decirles, como una especie de contenedor plástico que agarra 1000 litros.
Ok.
Entonces la acción, necesito saber cómo se dice traer ese contenedor plástico.
Exportar o no sería una opción. O importar.
Pudiera ser, pero quizás no aplica tanto por lo que él nos menciona. Sería export, import, también como ship. Ship sería como envío, ¿verdad? De mover de un lado a otro.
Correcto, sí.
Pero si es como extraer, que viene en un recipiente y lo pasa a otro, si fuera ahí pudiéramos utilizar tal vez el verbo subtract, que sería el verbo sustraer, pero en el contexto como pasar de un recipiente o sacar de un recipiente, pudiera ser. No sé cuál sería el más adecuado de acuerdo al contexto que usted nos comenta.
Porque yo lo que quiero poner es con qué frecuencia mi compañero trae el contenedor plástico. O sea, que lo trae hacia la máquina, ¿verdad?
Ok, si es en este caso, tal vez como de llevarlo, entonces tal vez puede, how often does your coworker, pudiera ser el verbo bring, el verbo traer, que también es en este caso como movilizarlo de un lado y como trae tal cosa, pudiera ser en este caso el verbo bring, pudiera ser. Ujú. El verbo llevar pudiera ser en este otro caso también carry, el verbo llevar, llevar con usted. How often does your coworker carry the container? Pudiera ser otro válido. Ujú,
Carry.
ujú.
Okay, thanks, teacher.
No problem, no problem. Happy to help you. Let me see. Let's continue with the feedback. How often do you visit a doctor? How often do you listen to music? How often does coworker receive invoice? How often do you create the payroll? All right, thank you so much. Miss Jennifer, more info. Francisco, how often does your dad visit the doctor? All right, thank you so much. But remember the question, coworker. Recuerden, la pregunta está bien, Francisco, solo el lineamiento era con your coworker, pero estamos bien ahí. Cecilia, how often do you go to vacations? In this one, Cecilia, how often do you go on vacation? El complemento vacation no se acompaña del tú, sino que le ponemos on, como qué tan a menudo te vas de vacaciones. How often do you go on vacation? Right? Make the change, please. Trate de hacer el cambio en su comentario. Rolando, how often does your coworker clean the machine? All right, thank you so much. Migdio, how often do you play the guitar? Póngamele el artículo a guitarra. Play the guitar. How often does your coworker check emails? How often does your coworker meet? Tal vez meet, reunirse, el verbo reunirse. All right, it's possible. Possible, Emilia, thank you. Karen, how often do you drink coffee? Coffee, double F, double E, double A, double F, coffee, Karen, please. How often do you buy shoes? Okay. How often does your coworker send email? How often does your coworker drive the car? Good one. Good questions. Thank you. Thank you. Marines, how often do you eat pupusas? That's an important question, Marines. I like it, right? How often do you eat pupusas? Me llega esa pregunta. Excellent. Francisco, how often does your brother go to the stadium? All right, it's valid too. Thank you so much. Let me see on the next one, Luis Eduardo. How often do you go swimming? How often do you drive a car? How often does your coworker miss work? How often does your coworker make coffee? That's good. Good, good, good. Merely, how often do you read a book? How often do you cook for your family? How often does your coworker how often write reports? Check on this one. Coworker is in singular. El coworker lo vamos a utilizar en singular porque si no, ya no sería tercera persona. Entonces ahí ya no nos hace juego porque tenemos un pronombre plural y un verbo en tercera persona. Entonces eliminemos la S de coworker. Thank you. How often does your coworker write reports? How often does your coworker call clients? Right? That is okay, Merlin. Thank you so much for the changes. Maria Ines, how often does your coworker call your clients? All right, that's valid. Manuel, how often does your coworker go to the cinema? All right, thank you so much. Gabriela, how often do you cook? Ah, that's a good question. Thank you, thank you. Cecilia, how often does your coworker attend meetings? All right, thank you so much. It's valid on this one. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, Elvira, how often does your coworker have vacation? Oh, that's a good question. Oscar Edgardo, how often do you read a book? How often do you drive the car? How often does your coworker clean cabins? How often does your coworker drink coffee? Just check on coffee, double E, doble F, doble E, la palabra coffee, Mr. Oscar, y de ahí estamos todo bien. Rolando, how often
Teacher,
does your coworker? Tell me.
Add a complement in my in my
Your
in my
questions?
question. Yes.
In which one?
Play the guitar.
Apply the guitar,
How often?
exactly. Ahí estamos bien. How often do you play the guitar?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
perfect.
teacher.
Thank you so much. Let me see on this one, Mr. Rolando, for the question. How often does your coworker check on the spelling on this one? Carry. Vamos a poner el verbo aquí. C-A-R-R-Y, carry the container. Así sería la escritura de la parte final de su pregunta. Carry the container.
Container.
Container, correct. Let me copy that one in the chat. Se lo copio aquí en el chat para que se lo pueda ver y hacer los cambios necesarios. Thank you. But then the rest is good. Now, let me see more feedback on this info. Let's give me a second. Miss Marines, how often does your coworker have personal permissions? All right, thank you, Marines. That's a good question. Cecilia, how often does your coworker visit clients? That's okay. Roberto, how often does your coworker drink? Drink after office. Interesting. Interesante. No voy a preguntar qué drink, pero creo que ya le entendí la idea, Roberto. How often do you go to the gym? That's a good question, Roberto. Maria Inés, how often do you speak with your parents? That's a good question, Miss. Francisco, how often do you travel in the year? That's good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation and for your questions. They are nice. Now, the final part of the class. Thank you so much. Good job. Lo hicimos muy bien. Por ahí les fui dando retroalimentación a los comentarios que leí y estamos bastante bien. Recuérdese, verbos, ¿qué forma de verbo necesitamos en cualquier pregunta que hacemos?
Base form.
Base form, okay? Recuérdese base form. Now, let's do the second part. The second part is to have an interview with classmates. Luego de darles retroalimentación de cómo creamos preguntas y que estamos nice, vamos a la última parte. Todas las preguntas que están aquí va a ser su banco de preguntas de referencia. Vamos a ir a mini salas y usted entreviste a sus compañeros. Ahora tiene un sinfín de preguntas que hacer. Escoja cualquiera, no necesariamente las suyas. Escoja una porque todas están bien. Ya las chequeamos. Entonces pregúntele a sus compañeros, hey, how often do you? Y eso le sirve a usted como vocabulario. ¿Okay? Para que no nos quedemos, ya no sé qué preguntarle a mi compañero, ¿por qué ocurre? Pero con este banco de preguntas sí tenemos para hablar unas 3 horas, ¿ok? But now we practice and we respond. Recuerde dar respuestas completas. I, sometimes, I never, I usually. Pone en juego usted las repeticiones que ya practicamos para algo real para usted. Ready for the practice?
Ready. We're ready.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's do it then. Lo voy a poner en mini salas y trabajamos. Tenemos 10 minutos antes de finalizar la clase. 10 minutos bien aprovechados. Let's go on this one. Let's make groups. Remember, ask questions, alternate and respond. Recuérdese la misma dinámica. Una persona pregunta, los otros responden. Otra persona pregunta y el resto responde para que no sea monótono de solo uno preguntando y todos respondiendo, ¿ok? Si no se me van a aburrir que va a ser muy monótono. O sea, uno pregunta, los demás responden. Cambien persona, otro pregunta y así, ¿ok? No es necesario ir en orden, trate de preguntar lo más que pueda. Let's begin. Ready? Están listos, me imagino.
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Ocupe el enlace donde estamos trabajando para ver las preguntas. Thank you so much. And let's do a nice job as always. Thank you.
Orlando,
Yes.
how often do you travel in the year?
The so I yeah
Never.
I pero sería ah no sí I never I never travel.
I never travel in the year. And,
Sí.
and no en, en el interior tampoco.
Ahí sí sería, quiero ver, soy, sometimes,
Okay. Yes. Sometimes travel.
sometimes
Here.
travel, sí. Yes.
Creo que hagas una más, creo yo.
Sí.
No sé cuál. Aquí, how often do you go to gyms?
How often would you- I usually go to the gym.
Okay. A ver.
How often
Seguimos
do you
ahora.
eat pupusas?
Ah, pero hay usual pupusas.
Okay. I like.
Normally. Vemos. How often do you reading a book? Reading a
How often do you cook? Cook sería, ¿verdad?
Cook. Ujú, cook.
Cook.
I sometimes.
I sometimes cook. Creo que sería la respuesta.
Ajá.
I sometimes.
Cook. Luis,
Ujú.
how often do you gym? Do
Go
you
to
go
gym.
to gyms? How often do you go to gym?
Últimamente I never go to gym. Ujú. Ok, ahora me toca a mí. Mer-
Si quieren les pregunto a alguno de los dos.
Okay.
A Oscar.
Okay.
How often do you go to the cinema?
I seldom. I seldom to cinema.
Ok.
Ujú.
Le voy a le pregunto a
Pregunta.
Cecilia.
How often do you watch TV?
I sometimes watch TV. How often do you drive the car?
Um, I often drive a car. How often does your brother go to the stadium?
Repeat.
How often does your brother go to the stadium?
My brother goes. No, espérame.
Sería
My brother sometimes goes to the stadium. Así creo que es. How often do you speak with your parents?
You, thank you so much. Good job, people. Good job. ¿Cómo vamos?
Ahí vamos.
Bien. Thank you so much. Solo darles retroalimentación antes de finalizar. Estamos a punto de regresar a la sala principal. Karen, lo hicimos muy bien. Muy bien en la oración que reportó anterior. Muy bien la posición de la frecuencia. Y es importante que utilizó el verbo en tercera persona. My brother sometimes goes. Así como usted lo hizo, lo debemos hacer siempre. Karen, congratulations and to all of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We return at this moment to the main room. Thank you so much. Regresamos a la sala principal. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
Welcome everyone and thank you so much for the time in the practice. Tell me, how did it go? ¿Cómo nos fue?
Very good.
Right.
Very good?
Good.
Very good.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Remember, I was listening
Very
to your,
good.
thank you, amazing. I was listening to your answers and you were doing great. The questions were fine. The answers were correct as well. So congratulations. Muy bien, felicitaciones a todos. Las preguntas ya las habíamos revisado, así que estábamos bien en preguntas, en respuestas muy bien. Por ahí escuché a algunos reportando información en tercera persona y estamos haciendo muy bien. ¿Ok? Recordar subject. Después del subject, ¿qué necesitamos?
Para respuesta.
Ajá, en la respuesta tenemos
El verbo.
el verbo or frequency.
Oh, perdón, sí,
Frequency.
frequency, frequency.
Frequency, and after the frequency,
The verb.
the verb.
The verb
And finally,
complement.
The complement.
the complement. All right. Thank you so much. That's the correct order. Just remember to use the information in third person singular. Okay, como comentario, si reportamos la respuesta de my coworker, recuérdese que es tercera persona y los verbos van en tercera persona. Así que lo hicimos bien. Let's keep on working. Vamos a seguir así. Vamos por buen camino, chicos. Así que les felicito. And is it time to sleep?
No,
No,
lastimosamente
not
aún
yet.
no.
No es hora de dormir. Ah, ok. Pero sí de desconectarnos, teacher, de dormir tampoco. Ahí sí ya cambia la cosa, right? No, I know. It's time to stop to finish the class. But thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. I love working with you, and I really like that you participate and you're very active, and that's very nice from you, right? Gracias a todos. Me llega que estamos siempre puntuales, muy participativos en clase, y créanme que eso va a ser mucho de beneficio para usted, ¿ok? Igual la interacción es muy buena durante la clase, así que les agradezco mucho. Es un gusto trabajar siempre con ustedes. But today, we finish the week. Enjoy the weekend. See you Monday.
Thank you, you
Thank
too.
you so much.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you so much.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night,
Good
everyone.
night.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Nos vemos el lunes. Bye bye.
Bueno, chao.
See you.
Bye. See you. See you.